What's up, guys? At the time of this recording, it is currently Wednesday, so I'm just going to cover this trade I took this morning. Now, this one's a bit different because this is a pre-market trade. I took this at around, I took this at 8:40, so this was pre-market. New York had not opened yet. I will kind of walk you guys through my thought process on why I took this trade and kind of the story behind it. We were having a lot of selling pressure coming into the morning, as we can now see from this daily candle from July 1st, which was yesterday, right? So initially my bias on the day was bearish, and considering that we were recently just at all-time highs as displayed by these points on the chart here, I was really thinking that, okay, the market probably won't go much higher than this. So you can see it's kind of within this range, so it really didn't go much higher than that in terms of my bias went. But what we did see is that if we scroll down to the 4 hour, we had a lot of resting liquidity right here in this area. As you guys can see, this is titled the 1 hour and 4 hour resting low, because that same point of liquidity is present on both time frames, the 1 hour and the 4 hour. Now, this is what I was targeting in my trade. And as you guys can see, since we are already on the 1 hour, we did have a large fair value gap, a bearish fair value gap that was filled, and that was actively being filled as I was eyeing this trade. Now, I did want to get in on these shorts, considering that I did think that the bias was bearish on the day, and I was able to get that trade. First thing is that we were able to see a pretty strong downtrend, drop bases, and then it rallies to fill this gap and then drops again. You could see this as an entire consolidation move, distribution to take out this low, and then distribution to the highs. So as of right now, the reason I took this trade is because I saw price go into this fair value gap. This fair value gap held at this point in time, and then it rallied, it ejected price out of it basically. And then at that point, when I was eyeing this trade, price was kind of bouncing around this point. So I was like, okay, there's no way it doesn't take this resting liquidity here. And as far as my entry went, this is a perfect example of discretionary trading. At this point in time, I basically knew for a fact that price was going to take out this low. So I felt very confident shorting the market at this point in time. And as you can see, I took my trade off of this displacement candle. Sorry, that displacement candle. My trade off of this displacement candle prior. I'm not sure why I moved the tool there. There we go. Yeah, so you guys can see I took my trade off of this displacement candle that occurred right here. And then it hit my take profit. Now, it was pretty close to the draw on liquidity, so I was a bit more comfortable extending my take profit a bit past the main draw, and that did end up working for me. But I did get a little bit lucky in the sense that I didn't get edged and then it got just sent back into the stop loss. So, you know, it's not textbook, it's not by the book, step by step by step. But this trade does contain a lot of the core principles that I abide by, which is a high time frame direction, which for me was bearish at the time. And then it has a clear downtrend that we're seeing. It has a high time frame for value gap. And then lastly, as far as the entry goes, most importantly, it targets a draw on liquidity, and it has a displacement candle. So this trade on a conceptual and fundamental basis does have everything that I do trade and how I kind of think about how the market moves and works, just not in the standard order and sizes in which I would normally trade them. But this trade did win me $1,420 on this account, because I did risk 2 contracts on it, because again, I mean, it's super obvious that this was the draw on liquidity. Obviously, right now, price is rallying. We're seeing a bit of a pullback, but as of right now, price has rallied so much since the end of this trade. So I'm curious to see how that'll create some new highs for us to take tomorrow. This is my trade, and that's really it. If you guys have any questions about why I took this, why I took it, or anything like that, please let me know in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Thank you.